I was shocked. Sometimes we have preached it that way. But the background story is that we don't even know the background story. Because that's not the angel of the Lord. If you go to the pool of Bethesda, the pool of Bethesda, the original discourse is demarcated into two. The pool of Bethesda is 40 feet deep. So if somebody who is crippled rose and is not the first, so when you watch Chosen, they went to the story. And so they went to, when you go to the temple where the pool is, it's not the temple of the Lord. It's the temple of Serapis. So the angel that came is the angel of Serapis. And it was a fake story. When Jesus appeared, the main religion, there were 40 other gods people were serving. And the main religion was the worship of Caesar, because Caesar was termed the Son of God. The pool of Bethesda was big. You can calculate, you can see it's 2 sessions. So they've channeled one to the shallow part. That's the shallow part people stay. So some people put their trust in that thing. And that thing was a lie. Because when they want to channel water to the place, somebody will know. Because when you channel water from a big space through a small place, there will be bubble. And the person that will be standing there will already be well. He will not dive inside. And he says, well. Miracle has been staged before. So to keep the worship of Serapis going, they had to stage that, and it was extortion of the poor. And Jesus came and said, why are you not healed? Listen, every time you read Bible, compare it with the way Jesus interpreted scriptures. If it doesn't match, take Jesus on. Why? All that came to Jesus was healed, not seasonal. Where did I stop and went to this story? Shalom. Where did I stop? You put no. Okay. We need to hand over our lives to him. But you see, people have handed over their lives to lies. So somebody will stay there 38 years waiting for one. What a waste of life. Does it not shock you? You have been waiting for something since that is a lie. And you trust it very well. And it's not producing and you are blaming God. Have I really handed over my life to him? In other words, this is it. You see that statement. Now, where did they walk? Where did they? That is the root cause of corruption. It's a philosophy and a lie. And we have put our trust to the extent that if your uncle becomes a governor, and the family's fortune, both the extended and the immediate, and even primary school mates, do not take for the better, that uncle is a fake guy and wicked. He only wants himself to progress. But if your uncle comes and say, you know what, we are going to do this thing, but give me an idea of how we will generate money, then you'll be part of this government. He says, he has come. Is he high generated idea to be governor? So sometimes this philosophy, we have put ourselves. You must understand that our still worship of money exposes the state of our trust as nothing else does. How you use your money, You know, when you receive money like this, you just 1M. As a junior Christian, it's 10%. Say, okay, It's okay. Okay, first fruit, 25K. Is it 25K? 2.5. Then tithe. Your heart will be sinking. Boom, debit. Then as you are delivering 125,000, somebody calls you. Your mother calls you, say, your daddy is not feeling fine. Say we're in the hospital, they say we should release 100K. Hey! Boom, 225. Can't you see your joy level? Your joy level is going down. Then before you know it, you switch off your phone. Because you will now be wondering, who blew them whistle that I received money? Because your schoolmates will call. That's when you now do this thing. Before you know, you log out of the WhatsApp group you are and everything. Those groups that used to be active before, but now they are asking you. The stewardship of your money exposes what is in your heart. Whether you trust him or you trust something else. And so you know what God does? He uses money to identify his good and faithful stewards. That's what he uses. Because it exposes what's in your heart. You know, sometimes I like progressive, all those this thing. If they do for you, don't do for them. The way they would deal with you. Why? Because they know the heart of man. That a man wants to enjoy the benefit of relationship but doesn't want to contribute to that relationship. The fallen man's heart is very, very selfish. Selfish is not that you're selfish in the market, it's that you're always thinking of number one, yourself. And because money is power, and power exaggerates what is in our hearts. Money is power. Listen, when you have money, how do you feel? When you don't have, it shows me who you trust and what you trust. There are people when they don't have money, you just know. There's a girl those days, she has changed now. Once her account, and she was a student, once her account reached 5,000, she's not happy. So our trust is fully on account balance. Meanwhile, there are people, you are asking them, what's the problem? They say, I just hit somebody's car. They say, you come and pay 100,000. But my brothers, I'm here and I don't have anything, but please, do you have anything for us to eat? Let's just enjoy ourselves. You are not wondering, what are you not worried about yourself? You are not the one worrying for the person. Somebody comes and tell you, they said I should come and pay school fees tomorrow. I don't even know what is going on, but my brother, how are you doing? You will not tell the person, wait, how are you doing? He said, no, I'm okay, don't worry. No. You will tell the person, what's your plan? He said, no, I have no plan. God said he will take care of me. He said, no, stop that. Then the person will start telling you testimony. Say, last year, that's how it happened too. I did something. My money was stuck in this place. They didn't pay us on time. But God provided the school. He said, my brother, that was last year. We don't know whether God has the credibility to reproduce that type of miracle again. This miracle may be a fluke. My brother, let's use our head. Don't you think that school is too high for your children? We need to remove them so that they will go to a school guy. Listen, go to one other school there because this thing is always straight. You said last year, now it's still again. You see, different type of cancel. Then you now tell the person, but God told me to put them there that he will care for us. And the person who does not put his trust on God is not canceling you that have been living your life trusting God. So you know what happened? Your mind is no longer stayed on him anymore. So what's your most prized possession as a steward? It's faithfulness and trustworthiness. That's your prized possession. He said, if I come back, will I see faith on earth? Am I faithful? And am I trustworthy? The question is that, do I trust God and does God trust me? He said Abraham, concerning Abraham. This Abraham in the Old Testament has no Holy Ghost. He said he will command his Savior. I trust him. Oh, good and faithful servant. That's your most prized possession. It's not the money, it's not the house, it's not everything. Naked you actually came. All these things we are trying to acquire everything. You find out that let's go on. You know why God instituted the Sabbath? The Sabbath was instituted to deal with trust. Musicians will agree with me that sometimes when you are playing, others are resting. They don't play. Why? Imagine all of you are playing at the same time. It's noise, Abi. Huh? That's why it's called rhythm. There's a rest in every rhythm. In Genesis 2 verse 1, it said the heavens and the earth and all the host of them were finished. And on the seventh day, God ended his work which he has done. And he rested on the seventh day from all his work which he has done. Then God blessed the seventh day and sanctified it, because in it he rested from all his work which God has created and made. Exodus chapter 20, verse 8 to 10. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work. But the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work, you nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your maidservant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. I hope you know that God neither sleep nor slumber. Everything in him, there's no that he will actually take rest. But he created a space within his domain for you to thrive. And he created it that you cannot keep on working, because as you keep on working, you are dying. So there must be the element of work and rest. And you know what God did? For you to know that he values that type of reality, he honored it and rested. How many of you work 7 days a week? Let's not go too far. How many of you, the day you rest, they call you and say you will make extra cash? Or you are worshiping God like this in church, the presence of God, you get alert. I'm in front of your shop now. Question I need to ask, is your life noisy, lazy, or has rhythm? Is your life noisy, lazy, or has rhythm? All work and no rest makes your life a noisy life. Imagine you are playing and this one is competing, the drummer is playing, the keyboard is playing, the guitar is playing, everything. Noise. Are you all resting and not working? That's laziness. What will make you to thrive and your life to be sweet and need to be music is this: there must be the element of work and the balance of rest. And that's why people work and work and work and work. When they're about to eat the money, they fall sick. There must be a day that you take time off. I'm not talking about, they say the Sabbath day was changed at the cross. It's no longer a day of rest. It's now a lifestyle of rest. You can decide to choose your Sabbath day. There's a food chain in America. It's called Chick-fil-A. It's in the contemporary of McDonald's. Highly profitable. But the owner of the business told himself, he himself, a Baptist teacher, teaches Sunday school, taught teenage boys till he died. The person of Cathy Truett. That food chain does not open on Sundays. And Sundays is the place where you make big money in America. He said, no, we will not open. We will honor that Sunday as family day. So on Sunday, they don't open. But they are the most profitable. So 6 days they work. 1 day they take time off to refresh and to recreate. No wonder God put the Jubilee. No wonder God put the Shemitah, the year of the Shemitah. This is the year of the Shemitah that is about to round off. Did you take this year to recover? I assure you, some of you are doing 3 jobs now. Question I need to ask, are you worried about the future? Hey, I'm 40. How many years can remain? Based on this money that I'm receiving now, how can I marry? How can I raise children? That is the lie in it. Based on this money I'm receiving now. Who told you that your future will be based on that money? Are you worried about the future? Are you worried about your family? Are you worried about your children? Are you worried about the finances? Are you worried? If you are worried, it shows me your trust level. What you trust and who you trust. In Mark chapter 4, you saw, they said the worries of this life. Some of you are in church now, you are not here. When somebody taps, you say, You are on the bed with your husband. You have moved. You're on the bed with your wife. Your eyes are open. Oje. Where did you go? Say, oh, boo. The worries of this life. The worries of this life means the failure to be here. You are not present. Be present. Be present with those that you love. Be present with what you are facing. Be present. There's no need to check out. Be present. The worries of this life. The Bible says in Mark chapter 4, we have come back again. In verse 18, it says, now these are the ones sown among the thorns. They are the ones who hear the word. They hear the word. Hey! Pastor Praise will take over. I've heard about Teruma. I've heard about tithing. Small thing. I've heard about praying every day, Pastor. I would at 12 o'clock, you meet me, they count me there. Gideon's army, I'm there. To give for SSROT, how much? You are filled with faith. But look at what choked the word. It's not sin, no. Oh, it's not sin. It's not sin. Look at what. These are the ones among the thorns. They are the ones who hear the word. And the curse of this word. One. The curse of this word. The deceitfulness of riches. And the desires of other things. Entering in. Choke the word. And it becomes the curse of this word. The curse of this word talks about, look at where my mates are now. Who is your mate? There's nobody that is so. Twins are not even mates. The curse of this word. The deceitfulness of riches. The more I have, the happier I will become. The desires of other things. Listen, worry reveals who you trust and what you trust. Can you go to bed at night with a huge bill to pay the next morning? And not toss and turn and count the ceiling and count the POP and look at, you know every detail of the POP now because you can't sleep. Faith is not the absence of unbelief. Faith is the absence of anxiety. Be anxious for nothing. The Bible says the desires of all things. The desire of all things. There was one time, I didn't bring my BlackBerry. How many of you desired BlackBerry passport? It's still working. Some people died for this thing. The desire of all things. The desire. Listen, if you are nothing without this thing, when you get it, you will still be nothing. These are the things that choke the word. Do you know how many people are supposed to be here for this service to hear the message for revelation? You make extra cash. The desire of all things. Of all that. The desire. What do you desire? Might be the latest Jeep. One day I went to play golf in front of the car park. In the car park, I saw 504. Park with other cars. 504 look like a joke. You don't know 504? 504. What are you desiring now that you must have? And without that thing, you are sad now. Is it husband? Wife? If you are nothing without a husband, you will still be nothing with the husband. If you are not happy without a husband, with the husband, you'll still not be happy. The desires of all other things. Listen, he said the curse of this world. Is it a sin? No. You are in this world. The deceitfulness of riches. Is riches bad? No. But it has deceit. The desire of other things. Say they are the ones that come to choke the word. Now you can't sleep at night. You have money, but you are still worried. You have the husband, you are still worried. Now you are thinking of having a second wife because some people are even thinking of having a second husband. We don't even know. Tired of all things. You see somebody dressed on social media, you want to die. The desire of all things. Some people will only show you the best of their lives. They will never show you the other side. Please keep my BlackBerry. So what's the cure for worry? The cure for worry, God put it at the beginning, Sabbath. That's the cure for worry. As I conclude,